I'm Walt Schroder, and welcome to the latest edition of MRC TV. I'm here today with Adam Tager. Adam heads up the MRC production development team, and today we're going to be talking about a product that he's been working on for about 6 months now. It's called the Light Genie, and we're all very excited about it. So Adam, what is the Light Genie?
So, as Walt said, we're very excited about this new 2.4 gigahertz remote control wireless operating system. This system will control all the lighting on your typical model railroad layout, diorama, school project, or dollhouse.
Sounds pretty cool. What's included with the package?
You get a wireless transmitter, 2.4 gigahertz wireless transmitter, a GENIE receiver with all the plugs that are necessary to use on any of your projects.
That's plugs and wires, right?
Plugs and wires.
Awesome. And what can it do?
Well, Light Genie has the ability to turn on and off any light, brighten them, dim them, flash, flicker, and over 20 different lighting effects can be applied, not only in the application of different lighting effects, but you can brighten all those lighting effects and change the rate of them.
How does the Light Genie work?
So Light Genie actually works with 12 outputs broken down into 5 zones.
Does it require any special power supply?
Light Genie will work with an AC wall pack available from the Light Genie platform, or fixed AC lines on your DC power pack, or DCC if you're using model railroading.
So it work with all 3 venues, DC, AC, and DCC.
That's correct.
Does it require any special bulbs?
Actually, Light Genie, the beauty of Light Genie is that you can use incandescent bulbs or LEDs. So there's no limitation in terms of if you have an older project, incandescent bulbs.
Right, so if you've got an existing layout that's got bulbs on it, you don't have to worry about changing over to LEDs.
No changeovers.
Oh, that sounds great. We've heard some other stuff out there. You got to change the LEDs. How many bulbs can it handle?
We like to say on average 24 and about 36 LEDs.
Wow. What is it range, and can you use multiple units on a layout?
Actually, that's another one of the great benefits of the 2.4 gigahertz binding technology. Because the remote and the receiver will bind together, that you can use multiple receivers and have no interference. So if you have a very big layout or a very big project, and you've used all the outputs out, just get another receiver, power it up, you can use.
So you can have multiple units throughout the layout and not have to worry about any interference.
That's correct.
And what about its range?
The range, again, 90 feet, over 90 feet of range.
Now, is that line of sight, or you have to be right on top of it, or?
The strength of the technology allows it to go through walls. It can also go through if you got tunnels on a railroad layout.
Really?
So there's no interference issue.
Yeah, I heard you did a demonstration the other day for the president of the company where you went outside the building and still were able to control the lights.
We can do that.
Concrete walls and
concrete
everything?
walls and
Fabulous, fabulous. Wow, this all sounds phenomenal. Can we see how it works now?
Of course. Well, we're going to show you how we use Light Genie. And as I said to you, we had 5 zones, 12 outputs. So right now I'm going to show you zone 1.
Zone 1.
And this is a 2 output zone. 2 bulbs, or two individual bulbs, or 2 LEDs, depending on what you want. You can string some more together, but
two different type of operations?
No, so each zone has a specific, it controls, to itself. So on off, you can brighten, you can dim it. So whatever you apply to output 1 will happen to output 2.
Okay.
So
if you're doing a string of lights, that's fine.
That's correct.
Great.
So right now we're going to show you Billy's Auto Body, this wonderful house here.
Is that a model power product?
That is a model power product.
Classic.
So here we go. Okay, so Billy's Auto Body's on. So we turned on with the remote by pressing 1. Now we're going to brighten this Billy's Auto Body by hitting the up arrow on the brightness.
So this is part of the brightening and dimming sequence that you can do?
That's
in your light options?
That's right. So individually, you can raise it. You can see how you can lower it. It'll come down. Okay. And then if you just simply want to turn it off, hit 1 again, and it's off.
Wow. Now, can you apply some of these other effects you talked to any of these zones?
Well, so yeah, let's leave Billy's Auto Body on.
Now, we've seen what you can do in zone 1, but you said now in other zones we can do some different operations. Let me see what a zone 2 can do for us.
So one of the coolest things we got here, being able to control crossing signals and getting that alternating lighting effect, which in a lot of cases for a model railroader is very difficult, especially if they have to use manual switches, and kind of will add some realism. So we're going to turn it on. It's actually already set to alternating. It's one of the features that you have in the 20 lighting effects.
But that's pretty cool. Is that considered prototypical speed?
It's pretty close, but we can make it go faster, and so that's
Really?
another one of the features that we have. We have the ability to change the rate of the zone and the lighting feature. So
And the brightness as well?
and the brightness as well.
All
So
within just this one feature we're
there's
talking
one
about.
feature that we're talking about. So I'm going to enter the light effect control mode. Okay?
Okay.
And you hit 3 and 4. Everything will turn off. Okay? Everything will
Alright, so
turn.
everything is off now.
Everything is off. So now, I'm in here, and I gotta tell it that I wanna operate number 2. So I'm gonna press 2, 2 will come back on. Mode, brightness buttons change over to,
Okay.
press up, and they're gonna start to go faster.
Yeah, I can see it already.
And you
Wow.
see how fast
And I don't think that's prototypical.
It's not prototypical, but we can also bring it back down. Okay, let's leave it at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that looks pretty realistic.
So
It's
I'm
very
gonna-
realistic.
I'm gonna, yeah, it's pretty good, but just remember, this alternating flash can apply to anything that might have alternating flashing. Whether it's cherry lights on an ambulance, you can kind of make them go back
Okay.
and forth. If you can think of anything that also may have alternating flashing, but
Flashing on an automobile.
on an automobile, the wingtips on an
On a
airplane,
jet aircraft,
on a
sure.
jet aircraft, so
So plastic modelers can
plastic
use
modelers
it,
can
yeah.
do it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so-
Correct.
let's also now, let's exit out of here. So once again, I'm gonna exit out and everything will come back on. So actually, I just turned everything on.
Wow.
So now you know you're out of the zone. But we're gonna turn everything off. There's a master on and off switch. And right now, which is number 6, turns everything off.
Okay, cool.
Um,
What's zone 3? Nothing?
so zone 3 is
Oh,
is
it's
gonna
street
be
lights.
street lights.
Cool.
So one of the things with street lights, right now, if you plug these into an AC power supply or a DC power supply, these are bulbs right now.
Mhm.
You got your typical brightness.
Sure.
And, let's just simply dim them. So we can bring those down. We'll start to see them go down.
Yeah, come down.
Okay, they're going down. And now we'll bring them back up. Okay, but
So this represents like a modern type of light.
a modern type of light.
If somebody was doing a model in like a 1980s type circa, where they have gas lighting,
1890s.
1890s, they have like where they have gas lighting. Do we have an effect that we can do there?
So actually, what you would want to do is apply flickering. And then
Okay.
you bring the brightness down. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter flickering. So we're now back into light effect mode.
Correct.
And then we're gonna select number 3, so now that will come back on.
Right.
And we're gonna start pressing the number 3. So now you're gonna start seeing the cycling through of all the lighting effects. So you go to your zone, you're gonna hit your zone number, and you're gonna start to see different lighting effects. So this one actually is an alternating thing.
Okay.
It's actually the flashing mode that you would see on the crossing signals. Is what
Okay.
you're seeing here. 2 lights, 2 lights, 2 lights, 2.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep cycling through until we start to see the flicker. Now this is a kind of like a beacon effect,
Yeah. Strobe or beacon type light.
and we recommend that everybody, when they get this,
Try it.
try it, go through them all,
Absolutely
look
try
at
it.
it, see, maybe get some other ideas for a project.
Absolutely.
But as we cycle through, we'll show you some of the other lighting effects. You'll see them with different ones. You got kind of an ambient, kind of fire effect lighting. We have some of those. Trying to get down to the flickering. This is actually like a traffic light where it gets low, medium, high, so it's kind of stepped lighting.
Mhm.
This one, this is a,
No, that's the strobe.
that's more or less if you were doing like a radio tower or something, or maybe even runway approach lights. This is a double flash. Getting to the flickering is well, you do have to cycle through it. All right, well, this
So
is
there's the
here's the
flicker.
flicker.
Now we're on the flickering. I think what you missed it because it was a little bright. Now you're in the flicker mode.
So I'm gonna bring down the rate because it's a little fast in my opinion. So we're gonna
So you're actually adjusting the rate of the flicker.
have the flicker. So
And you can adjust the rate of the brightness and dimness.
of the brightness and dimness. So actually,
Wow.
if you made it like a fire effect lighting, so there's a lot of things you can do with the flickering effect. Make it a TV. Make it, you're showing the lighting from a TV in a dark house with the TV lighting in it and the flickering from the TV.
Right.
So you can change the
But you can do campfires.
campfires.
Right. A fireplace. Just lit up.
All this done with the GENIE
With the
remote
click of the
control.
button.
Click of the button. So we're going to leave this on. So now you have these gas lamps. So from one set of street lamps.
So you went from 1980, or 1890, I'm sorry, 1890, back up to
modern
2016.
times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
All with the click of the button.
all with the click of the button. So we're gonna leave this mode again. Everything will come back on. You're out. So now you're in operational mode. Okay. And so now
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. If you wanted to, let's say you got lost and you just wanted to go back to the original setting or the factory default, is that hard to do?
actually, good question. So I'm gonna go back to the program mode.
Okay.
Everything turns off. So now you know you're in the control mode, the light effect mode. So let's go back to 3. We still have on this effect
At the flickering,
with the flickering.
which I really like.
So we actually have a per zone reset button. So hit 6, it'll go back to constant on.
Wow.
So that's kind of like, the default is on off.
Right.
So
It's like a little safety valve there for you.
safety valve, or if you're cycling through and you get lost to where you are, just go back to the constant on off. So now this is just simple on off. So we'll exit back out, or exit out. So now if I hit 3, on, on, off. That's it.
Because
Done.
you went back to the factory
I went
preset,
to the factory
which is
reset.
on or off.
We think is in this lighting package, some of these effects. Actually have a preset traffic light actually operate in tandem with each other and opposing of each other. Meaning, so let me turn this on. You can do a 4-way intersection. I'm going to show you how you can do this.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go back to program mode, light effect mode. Everything turns off. The traffic light was number 4. So now we got to tell number 4 we want it to be a traffic light and actually operate. Right now it's actually operating and on and off. So that's not correct. Hold on, this might be it. You have to kind of wait to see if it switches through. There you go.
There it is.
So now you'll see it'll quickly go to yellow, and then it'll go to red. So this is pre-programmed in time. But the GENIE has the technology to know that they're talking 2 traffic lights and they'll be synced. So you
Wow.
can do a 4-way intersection. Let me show you a few more neat lighting effects, and then
Okay.
we'll tell you where to get this and how to get this and what
And how soon?
and how soon. Back to control mode. Everything turns off. Let's turn on number 5. And that's the girder. So we can give it a little bit of a turn.
Turn it a little this way so you can get a better idea.
Okay. Now it's actually sitting in traffic light mode. But now you see kind of this ambient kind of rolling flicker slash
It's a neat effect.
neat effect. Change it again. Now you got simultaneous, kind of like a hazards light.
Sure, sure.
There you go.
Kind
again.
of rolling sequence.
Lighting effect.
Now, can you, again, can we adjust on some of these rolling sequences, the speed at which they do it?
Every single one of these can be adjusted.
And the brightness.
And the brightness.
I mean, that's
So
phenomenal.
this is a double strobe.
Wow.
So you can start thinking of runway lights,
Sure.
runway approach lights. There's so many different things you can apply
Absolutely.
these to.
TV towers, radio towers, water towers.
This is actually that stepped lighting sequence, step lighting. This is again that's kind of like the arrow signs or those hazard cones that you have on the highway.
Sure, sure.
So you can get those. It's a very light flicker. This one's now doing them all together, so they're simultaneous. So you have them kind of sequence and simultaneous.
So in your lighting options, like we said earlier, it's like 22 plus lighting options when you factor in lightness, brightening and dimming, speed and everything. It's really.
Infinite amount of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's great. Well, when is this going to be available, Adam?
So it'll be available in December of this year. You get all the plugs necessary.
Plugs and wires.
If you have existing power supply, you can use your existing power supply. If you have existing LEDs, existing bulbs, existing light fixtures, you can use them all.
Again, I'm Walt Schroder with MRC,
And I'm Adam Tager.
and we want to thank you very much for spending the time with us. Hopefully that you learned a lot from us. And as you can see, we're very excited about this product. It's going to be in the stores in early December 2015. Suggested retail be $49.95. And as we like to say, with the Light Genie, you put the
Magic in the palm of your hand.
Again, thank you very much.